with that, we're going to go ahead and start the 4th edition of the Sigma Sit Down. Sorry for not talking into my microphone sensually. Guys, last week was a little bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah, to say the least.
We did a on-the-go podcast, me and Cole did, because Mastrangelo was out with the double exit sickness.
Yeah, and fucking YouTube was being a pile of shit and not... Sorry, YouTube, I don't really mean that, but I'm just saying your software that I was trying to use, maybe it's my computer, just did not want to upload our video.
Right. And we're going to get that figured out here today, hopefully, anyway. Or at least be able to rip the audio from that and then be able to post it. Because that was a fucking solid-ass conversation we had. Even though half of it was the nature shots.
Yeah.
And just being out there. But, Mastrangelo, how was that last week? What exactly happened? What did you ingest or who were you around that gave you that horrible sickness?
What was the sickness? Monkeypox?
Was it monkeypox?
Was it monkeypox?
Oh, shit.
Hold on, Matt fucked up.
Oh, okay, now go. Now you're on speaker. Double exit entendre, your fucking sickness, the mistress of pistress. We're talking about vomiting and the...
massive diarrhea.
And the sit-down shuffle. So go ahead, take it away.
So I went to a real estate event Thursday, and it lasted all fucking day. Like, this thing was long. And it's a good time, like, if you're trying to, like, do something, it's good to market yourself and good to, like, go to these events just to kind of socialize. You're going to meet lenders, you're going to meet attorneys, people that you need in this realm.
Right.
So it's good to go. And they had, like, seafood from oysters to lobster, all that stuff. And it was free.
Yeah.
And free 99 always gets me in trouble. And I ate every bit of it.
Yeah.
And for the next 6 days, I'm like, I have been in the bathroom every 30 minutes for 6 fucking days straight. And I was like, lost 6 pounds.
Of water, probably.
It was brutal. Absolutely brutal. To the point where I was like, if I could not go to the bathroom again, I think I would take that. Like, I might not live very long, but I'd take it.
Yeah.
Here, buddy.
It's almost quieter, but it's still picking up. That's good. It's not as loud. I don't know if that reverb is going to be able to be heard on the recording, but yeah, dude, that does not sound fun. So what seafood exactly was it? Or was it just the fact that it was cheaper seafood, probably?
It was lobster, clams, and oysters.
Oh, yeah. Aphrodisiacs.
Oh, yeah. You probably fucking had a hard on while you're taking a shit, too.
Yeah. Trying to take a shit with the boner.
Fucking rocking a piss. You're like, get down there. Get down there.
Just all up in my face.
You got to plank on the toilet real quick.
Yeah, what movie is that? Me, Myself, and Irene. He goes to the bathroom the next morning. It's like that post-sex piss. Yeah. It's like fucking, he's still hard, and it's like going every which way. He grabs a fucking picture frame, just ends up going in the shower and wrapping himself because he's peeing all over the place. Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
It's a good movie. Good flick. Jim Carrey.
Always a solid.
Damn. But how are you feeling? How are you feeling now, though?
Feel good. I'm actually happy that I can work. I don't like not working for long periods of time.
Yeah.
Sitting around for too long, I get antsy.
So were you not
fucking do something?
Were you not able to do anything? Like not even computer work, or like you had like no energy?
It was like it also like hits you in the sense that like you kind of have the flu-ish. Like your body just aches. I was able to do like small stuff, but I wasn't taking any phone calls. I was able to do like my email.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it. That's all I was really doing.
Email and text.
It's definitely hard to want to like talk to.
Yeah.
I did actually somehow do 4 closings though in those 6 days. Don't know how. I actually did leave the house.
It's not somehow like you knew what you had to do and you got it done even though you were feeling like shit. That's what happened.
I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
You're still able to be productive. That's still being productive, though.
Yeah, I just like emergency, like left the house, drove as fast as I could, like dropped some keys off and just drove all the way back. I was like, I gotta get home. I gotta get home. I'm on a clock.
I've got to shit.
Like, I got about 30 minutes.
I've got to shit.
Or I have a real fucking problem. So.
No, it's I can imagine fucking, you know, you get a phone call and you're in the middle of a fucking puke or a shit and you answer it. And you know when you answer and you're just like, hello? And you got a sweat bead rolling down the middle of your brow and you're just like, fuck me.
You have to look up into the ceiling. You're like trying not to let it fucking come up. It's
just let gravity do its job and just carry it back down.
You stay down there and you're like, how can I help you?
Every time I had to go, which was like every 30 minutes, I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, fuck me. Here we go.
Right.
Like, here we go again.
What were you eating throughout this?
It's been like 5 days. How's this still going on?
Right.
Were you eating like just like soups and stuff, or were you not really eating anything because it was just coming up right away?
I wasn't, for the first couple of days, I wasn't really eating anything, just water for the most part. And a lot of I wasn't eating any carbs.
Yeah.
And then I started eating all carbs. I was like, I think that could have been the real problem. I had no carbs in my whole system. So it wasn't attacking a buffer. It was attacking me. Like, directly. So I started eating all the carbs I could get my hands on. I was like, bread.
Fucking garlic bread. Fucking bread knots.
Pasta.
Pizza.
The Italian motherfucker, you.
Yeah.
Knots, you know.
Fucking the gabagool.
All bread. Basically.
Hell yeah. Well, that's good, dude. I'm glad you're better and you're able to fucking hook and jab some more. And that you're able to be on the podcast this week.
I'm just going to scoot your stuff over here so I can have that mic closer to his voice.
So you're going to put him closer to me, or closer to you, so you can...
Let's scoot this computer back. Oh! Freedom's forever.
Freedom.
How's that?
All right,
so you don't have to keep on fucking going back and forth. Yeah.
Can you still hear me pretty well?
Yeah. Perfect. Mastrangelo, say something.
I hear you.
Oh,
I hear you. Oh, I hear you loud and clear.
10-4, rubber ducky.
So, Cole, what has been going on this week for you since we last spoke? Because, guys, I don't think we addressed what we wanted to talk about for the podcast this week. Today's episode is brought to you by America. Get your freedom at your local convenience store.
Yeah.
It's free. You just go in, you ask them, hey, you guys stocked up on freedom? They're going to look at you.
They're going to be like, what the fuck did you just say to me? But then they're going to realize what you said.
Yeah, and then they're going to be like, hell yeah, brother. Give you a Hulk Hogan, hell yeah, brother. And then
little fist bump.
And then you're going to have a good day.
Yep.
But guys, what we wanted to just kind of chit-chat about this podcast was actually just having a conversation like we normally would with each other, as if we hadn't spoken in a week, which realistically...
It's almost,
It's, for Mastrangelo, at least, I know we haven't really talked to him, even through text. Me and Cole work together, so obviously we still talk, but as far as...
I would say even though that we worked together, this week was kind of...
pretty busy.
I didn't even really, it was, so kind of what was going on this week, it was fucking busy as hell. We, one of my other salesmen, Jake, he was in Sturgis, so that's, that means one guy down on the sales floor. And then our finance manager, Norm, he took off as well, which I think they both really need to and deserve to go out there.
Mm-hmm.
More than some, but anyways.
I wonder who you're talking about.
Anyways, it was just, it was a lot going on. It was nice because it was always fast paced, and I feel like I've always thrived in a little bit faster paced environment. So, it would go straight from, okay, they really like this machine. I'm going to get it for them. But they want to finance. They have this so much to put down so I can make the numbers work for them.
Right.
So it has been nice because I have doubled as the finance manager for going on probably 4 or 5 months now.
Nice.
And,
or the adjacent finance manager.
Yeah. I shouldn't say I'm taking over. I've been coming into place of one when he's off or
you're able. You're able to roll with that position.
And, just kind of being able to streamline my sales a little bit faster without having to, even that, little 4 to 5 minute buffering, period where they're kind of just waiting, to go in or waiting on another customer. I don't really have to do that right now. I can just get them in there, get them done, get them to sign papers. Boom, bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So that's been nice, but it's also been stressful trying to keep all my deals together and, sending them in to get, funded from the lenders and everything. But True. At the same time, there's a lot of stress going on because I have not only my deals, but I have 2 other guys' deals because our sales manager is also gone on his vacation. Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? Mr. Headington is there by himself, just fucking killing it, making all the money. And that's what I'm about because that gives me freedom.
Doing the work.
Yeah, that's the biggest part. Just do the work. And I say this every fucking time, but do it.
So what about personal life? 'Cause that was work life. What about personal?
Personal. I'm still getting my shit done every day. Mm-hmm. It's
what day is 75 hard are you on?
Today is 34.
Hell yeah, dude.
So that feels pretty fucking awesome.
This wasn't outside your diet, was it?
No.
Okay. I didn't make a rule about energy drinks. Okay. I didn't want to fuck you, and then all of a sudden drinking it.
I kind of just quit drinking it because I know I never saw you drinking it, and it was just always easier for me to grab because I can chug a shitload of water before I can chug one of those. Like I have to sip on it a little bit more. But I would just say this week felt a little. My time management wasn't as effective as what I needed it to be.
You said day 34.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're getting to the point. The 40s is where it really starts to kick in. You're like, oh, I need to really fucking dial it in.
Well, so like, let's just give yesterday, for example, I fucking didn't wake up in time to go to the gym right away in the morning. So right after work, had to do my first workout, then get home, eat with Tiff. We ran to the fair, come back, do my second workout, and I'm in the gym at fucking
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Well, the fair didn't get over till like 9:30 because of the rodeo.
Yep. So
I was in there 11:30, I think.
Excuse you.
Thank you. But yeah, that shit was us, and obviously Matt knows when you're missing out on some sleep, and I don't do it very regularly. So when it does happen, it fucks me up a little bit.
For the next day.
Yep. And
you don't realize how much stuff plays into pushing stuff to the right is never a good thing.
I can't remember a time when I was younger where that really affected me because I could go on 2 hours of sleep. And I'm not even old. We're not even old, Matt and Mr. Angelo. We're not even old. Like, fuck. 25 years old and this shit's kicking my ass right now. But at the same time, I take it as more of a learning thing. Like, I know I fucked up. So that means tomorrow I have to get up, get my shit done, go at it again. Just keep checking those marks or boxes off. And it seems easy. There's 5 tasks, but I'll tell you what, them motherfuckers.
It's a pivot.
They haunt you sometimes.
It is a pivot point, and that's part of the fucking program is figuring out the system and how you have to not adjust the rules, but adjust yourself to the rules and figuring out what works best for you.
Yeah, because if you adjust the rules, then you're just fucking yourself in the long run, to be honest, because you're going to find a way to cut the corners even on our walks, we do not cut. I did last time, but I acknowledged it, and I fucking haven't done it again.
You Jen Paskey, you circle back to it and then fucking redo it. Or whatever her name was, Jen Psaki, whatever. The White House press secretary. Well, I don't even think she's in there anymore. I think it's kind of missed her. I think it's somebody else now. Yeah. No, but just piggybacking off what you just said, Cole, either you're going to finish the program, quote unquote, finish it, and you're going to be like, okay, yeah, I did that, or the system's going to fucking break you like it did me. So I'll go into my story about this week. So this week, work-wise, was the second week of my business running. Or operating rather, and
fuck yeah,
Operation Clear Space, Clear Mind. For those of you in Sioux Falls that are listening to this, we do clean outs, and we also do deep cleans because let's be honest, your work ethic sucks. Your home looks like garbage. If you do clean, it's probably trash. And even if you do think that your house is up to snuff, I can guarantee I can come in there and tell you some shit that's either disorganized or could be cleaned a lot better. I will find the dust. White glove it. And AKA clean angry, because that's how a lot of shit gets done. It's being productive with no matter what energy you got going on. Yep. But with that, guys, second week in business. I have one client right now, which happens to be a commercial property, which is fucking great for me because then they have multiple units. So I'm not just waiting on one thing. So that's awesome. So I do a weekly cleaning of their community center, and then they have unit turnover. So people moving out, moving in, and those units need to get cleaned. And this week, this Thursday, was the fucking test of tests for me. They had, the property manager had scheduled these 2 units to be ready for me to clean on Thursday because they were due Friday at noon for people to move in. Then the CEO or one of the head guys comes in, walks through the units. He's like, I want new laminate in these. So the next day, so that was on a Wednesday. Then the next day, the Thursday, he had contractors in there putting in new laminate in both the units. The one I had already deep cleaned and the other one I hadn't touched yet. So on Thursday, went over there at, my normal time, 2:30, 3 o'clock. And I'm like, hey, like, are those ready to go? And he's like, well, let's go see what they're doing. And we go in there and these guys have all the appliances fucking on the living room floor, laminate still being put down. They don't have the toilets in there. And it's just a total, like, I'll be honest, it was a shit show. But you know what? I played it cool. I was like, you know what? This is fucking perfect opportunity for me to fucking show up and, put in the work, put in a little bit of extra work to fucking show them that I'm not fucking around and that I'll do stuff that other cleaning companies will not do. Just because they're like, oh, that doesn't fit in my schedule. I was like, dude, don't even worry. Like, I told him this. I was like, Brady, don't even worry about it. Like, I'm going to clean this shit. You just tell me when.
Yep.
So it wasn't until, figured that out. Left. They said that they'd be done by 6:30. I go home, get my workout in, eat my dinner, play with the family. And then it's like 7 o'clock, 7:30. I text them. I'm like, hey, did those units look like they were done yet? And he's like, oh shit, dude, I dropped the ball on it. Like, I didn't even check. So I was fully ready for there to be shenanigans when I got over there. And by the time I did actually get over to the units, it was like 8:30, 8:45-ish. I know I punched in, quote unquote, for my time at 8:45. Went in there, both units, both had their toilets, like, because both of them were 2-bedroom apartments. So both of them have 2 toilets, a downstairs and upstairs toilet. Yep. Both of them were not installed and laying in places. Like, the upstairs is a full bath, so it had the toilet in the tub. And then the downstairs. Did you install the toilet? No. I didn't have the tools and I don't know how to do it. Oh. So if I did, you better believe I was going to be like, God damn, here we go. That would have been a fucking extra thing. They would have been like, holy shit, like, why? But if I had known, it's something I could learn.
It is something you can learn. I mean,
yeah, and have the tools for it.
Well, exactly. And, like you said, this is your second week. And for you guys that are listening, I just want you to know, like, this isn't Matt's only job. He also works still part-time at Empire Motorsports with us. So, I mean, he's putting in, half days there and then doing fucking, like he said, working from 3, getting some shit done, going home, eating real quick, and then coming back to finish shit. Like, not to just, gas him up here, but I'm just saying, like, this motherfucker's putting in some fucking hours.
Dude, it's part of the process. It's enjoying, because you know what? I had a couple times during that night where I stopped and I was like, holy shit, like, I'm working for myself and this is fucking awesome. Because it's like, when else are you going to get the opportunity to do some shit like that?
Exactly.
But yeah, the finished cleaning the units, fucking had to spot check the other one because obviously if somebody puts in new laminate flooring, there's going to be garbage and fucking cut pieces everywhere. So I took another half hour to make sure that one was ready besides putting the toilets in. Like, that was the only thing they had to do. And then spent the next 4.5 hours cleaning the other unit that needed a lot more detail that I didn't see originally, which kind of sucked just because we actually didn't really do a walkthrough. We just came in, looked at in the kitchen, they were still doing laminate. I was like, all right, this is going to be a headache later, but whatever. Yep. So then fucking get through that. It's 2 a.m. Look at my phone. I'm like fucking ready to clock out. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I didn't take pictures just because I just wanted to get in and get out and, do the job quickly as possible. And I'm like, fuck yeah, like, it's doing work for yourself is so freeing because the end result is how much work you're willing to put in and be fucking proud of that work. And I can tell you guys with absolute certainty that every house, every fucking thing I've cleaned so far for not only Creston Properties, but even for Isaac, it's like I can, at the end of it, turn around, look at it because it's tangible results right there and be like, God damn, like I'm fucking so proud of myself for just doing that.
Yeah. That when I saw the video when you were helping Isaac, I mean, his garage was a big fucking mess.
It was a hairball.
you take a look at that and you look and you think to yourself like, holy shit, like they've just been stockpiling and putting shit in here and not really caring where it went, but
just cramming.
Yeah. Not dogging Isaac or anything, but after him and Matt got done in there, and like, that's a cool thing. Matt's just not in there doing it himself. Like especially when it's someone that he knows or someone that he's getting to know, if they're willing to help out, he wants to do that so then they can have those conversations.
It's teaching.
Yeah. You give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach him how to fish, he eats forever.
Yep.
I know Matt's not very biblical, but I do like that saying.
I like the saying better from, what's that movie? The Dictator. He's like, show a man a vagina. Or what does he say? Matreza, do you remember that quote?
He's like, teach a man to use his hand as a vagina and he'll speak for a lifetime.
Speak for a lifetime versus just giving him a vagina, he'll speak once.
Funny movie.
Sacha Baron Cohen. That's who.
That is a very funny movie.
That one's fucking
very funny movie.
I feel like the people that enjoy this podcast or listen to this would also enjoy that movie just because it pokes fun at everybody and everything. And if you take it seriously, you're going to get offended. Yeah. But that's work-wise. That's what I did this week, on top of Empire stuff, which is starting to get to be a headache. But this is only my second week into it. And then I had to also train Phil.
Oh, Phil.
Yeah, Phil. He's
Filthy Phil. He's a beast.
Filthy Phil. He's a good dude. He learns quick, but it's still an extra thing versus just showing up and
getting it done because the right steps and the right moves to do every time.
Yep.
But that's another thing that's pretty awesome. He's been there before. He's used to work there. But it's cool to see that Matt, you've been there over a year now. Mm-hmm. Same time or same amount as I've been there.
Yep.
Pretty much. So it's cool to see him go just within, if you think about a year is not that long. No. In that short amount of time, he's going from, being probably our number one builder or installer. And then he's going to teach everyone else that's coming in. And I think companies need to start looking into hiring people that can learn fast. Because when you have someone like Matt or myself or, anyone or Mistrangelo or anyone that's entrepreneurial in your workplace, they're going to find a way to work for themselves and
be an entrepreneur.
Yeah. It's, and you got to be able to take the steps to train the other people that are going to be taking their place.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that I don't know why I went off on that side, but being able to teach someone is also huge. If you can learn and teach, holy shit, you can do just about anything you want.
Yeah. It's all about breaking it down Barney style.
Oh, so yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I was just listening to the Real AF podcast, one of their newer ones that just came out a couple of days ago. And Sal was saying, God gave you one mouth and 2 ears for a reason. Sometimes you got to listen more than you talk.
With the football coach.
Yeah.
I listened to that
one. Something about struggles was the title.
I'm going to have to listen to that one again. That was a really good one.
It was a good one. But yeah, those, just being able to learn and teach. If you can teach well, people are going to, take what you say seriously and not to think you're some fucking idiot.
Well, that's how you truly know information is when you're able to not only teach it one way, but teach it specifically to any learning style.
100%.
And that's one of the first things I asked Phil. I was like, what's your learning style? And he took him, I saw the confusion on his face. He's like, well, I guess, no, I learn best by doing it hands-on. I was like, all right, I don't need to know anything else.
Yep.
So just, we started working with him on Wednesday, and by Friday, he was putting together a CF600 by himself. And I actually went and looked at it, and it looks fucking perfect.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So we're gonna go over it tomorrow when we go in there. But yeah, 3-day turn. I mean, again, he's worked at Empire before, and he knows at least the basics. But I also think, you know, being away from it for however long, I don't know how long he's been away from it.
It's probably been a couple of years, I would say.
But still, just being able to come back and, you know, give him minimal. I'm not going to say it was all me, because it wasn't, because it takes effort on his part to get it done too. But yeah, guys, it's all in the amount of work you're willing to do. You know, no matter what lane it is in life, it all comes down to the work.
Yep.
And the last thing I want to touch on before I give it over to you, give the rock over to you, Mr. Angelo, is the fact that I failed 75 hard this week. That was actually on Friday, so that goes into that long work night for myself. Thursday night, got back home at like 2:20 to whatever, 2:15, 2:20, and I was still hungry, so I ate an apple, sat on my living room sofa chair, fucking just decompressing, scrolling social media for a couple minutes. Brought my water back in, put it on the counter, and normally my nighttime routine is to check off my 5 critical tasks for the day and put a W on my fucking notebook. So that way, you know, at least I feel good. Or it'll be to the point where I know I hit everything, so I won't worry about crossing it off, and I'll just fucking do it the next day. But it's the little things that will fucking get you guys, because Friday morning, so went to bed, quote unquote, and then got up at 5 o'clock. So I got 2.5 hours of sleep, I think. And I knew Friday was going to suck, but I was like, whatever, just fucking send it, and get a nap in later when I can. But went to bed, got up, go into the kitchen right there where the medicine cabinet is to, you know, get my day started, get my pills in there so I can, you know, take those later with breakfast. And I go to move the water jug to the recycle pile. And when I pick it up, I feel that there's still water in it. And Cole, you'll understand this. I had a lot of emotions, and since we're not making a video, Cole, can see that I'm getting fucking teary-eyed right now. The
shit's tough, dude. You put everything that you have into it, and I remember the first time that, I'm not taking away from yours or to cut you off, but it's it feels like you gave everything, or you were on the path of giving everything, and then that one little fuck up, like where it was just like it just chops you right in half, and you're just like, fuck.
Yep.
But that's where it also comes back to, this last podcast I listened, Sal said it's not about how hard the knockdowns were, it's about how hard you get back up and keep on going.
Yep.
And that's what Matt's on doing right now. I mean, the motherfucker's getting a plan ready. He's got an idea. He knows what he needs to do.
I'm starting again tomorrow.
This motherfucker's ready. You can see it in his eyes. So,
yep. Gonna be dialed in as fuck, and I'm going to be 175 pounds of fucking just one big muscle.
Yep.
Like, you're going to see me and be like, that's a fucking cock and balls right there.
He does have a bald head. He does have a dick head.
Yeah, I do have a dick head. No, but guys, it's just a really big mix of emotions, because like Cole said, you put fucking everything into this program. If you're doing it correctly, you're putting in like your soul into this fucking program, because it's to better you. And I know it's fucking the best thing for me, because I started a business from starting this fucking program, it's a lifestyle. Yeah. It's a lifestyle change is really what it is. And I don't think they really say that. It's alluded to.
It is alluded to. Once you dive into it, that's when Andy, I feel like you have to really be into it to want to like go through all of his podcasts and listen to what he has to say, even though he's super interesting just by itself, like even if you aren't in the program. But once you get past, your first 75 hard, and you do it like twice or maybe even 3 times,
and it's a live hard,
and then it's a live hard.
Yep.
And that's what this program is meant for. If you can do this, if you can do it for 75 days, to be honest with you,
dude, that is no time at all. Like, I was at day 51. I was like, fuck, this time is going by so fucking quick.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And like, obviously, the one other thing I was going to say with why it hurts, or
Why it stung?
Why it stung so bad
is because I didn't have anybody to blame except for my fucking self, dude. And I love that fact.
It keeps you accountable, and that just,
keeps you honest.
It's the other thing that I think about that I don't want to do this is like some of the sacrifices that I've had to give up. Not only just like the food and stuff, but like
if you can get rid of food, like honestly, that's one of the biggest things. Well, at least for us people that like to eat.
But I don't even like I love food, but I think the hardest sacrifice is like, going out for your workout. If you didn't do it in the morning, you're doing 2 workouts at the evening, and you miss
time management.
Well, time management, but like, you're missing out on having that family time with either your spouse, your kids, your animals, like
delayed gratification.
Yes. Yeah. It's as long as they can understand what you're doing, they will understand why this needs to be done and how it will benefit them in the future as well.
Well, that's the other thing too, is that you can get this done. Like if you get up at 5 a.m, you can get all these 5 critical tasks done by 12 noon. Or
if it was a perfect world and you didn't have to work, shit, you could have this shit done by 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning if you woke up at 5, motherfucker.
That's the other part of working for yourself, is that you'll eventually get to a spot where you're making money even when you're not actually physically, like it's that transition from trading your time for money for having your money just work for you, even when you're not physically clocked in, quote unquote. But yeah, guys, with that, we'll get off our 75 hard fucking stool. Mastrangelo.
Take a look at it though.
Yeah, seriously, guys, take a look at it. We'll turn it over to you, Mastrangelo, so you can fucking say your piece, say your Sunday blessing, or tell us about your week.
So
yeah, business and personal.
So obviously, I do a little side story about me. I do some different stuff. I do primarily real estate. I had actually some pretty big things happen. A couple problematic things this week, but I actually met with one of my mentors this week. And he's big. He's like everything like I kind of want to achieve. Like he owns an entire downtown, which is a big feat. Like he didn't just
that doesn't come easy.
Each building.
He doesn't own downtown Camden, does he?
He what?
He doesn't own downtown Camden, does he? Camden, New Jersey, the fucking butthole of the South.
Oh no, he owns most of the buildings in Cortland, New York.
Okay.
He owns almost the entire downtown.
For those of us that are
he flips them.
For those of us that are not familiar with, you said Cortland, New York. What exactly is that? Is that suburbs? Is that like actually metro area? Is it rural?
It's kind of it's a suburb-ish area. It's got a nice downtown, but he's put so much money into that area because it's a nice historical district.
Yeah.
And he's just putting life into it again, which is cool. Like that's what's awesome about being an entrepreneur. And if you have a vision, and the cool part about real estate is you can put your vision to life.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you can if you can see it, like, and that's the same with your vision. Like you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. All it takes is a little bit of like vision and a little bit of elbow grease, and you can get there.
Yeah, 100%.
That's the cool part about real estate too.
I like how these
for hours and hours. Just about. And the thing is, when you're talking with your mentor, it's kind of like one of those things where you see a lot of similar patterns. Like you see a lot of the same similar language and things like that. And it was just a good talk. He's kind of like pushing me to go to Scotland. I don't know if that's like, he's like knows all about Scotland.
That's badass.
So that was good.
Yeah.
And then I had a kind of a problematic transaction this week. Yeah, pretty big deal, to the point where a law is going to be rewritten. Like that's how big of a deal this was.
Damn.
Pretty big. I'm not going to get into like all the details on it, but it was a $600,000 property. Ended up, the bank didn't clear the funds.
So what does that mean?
Bank didn't clear the funds, and everyone's basically like wigging out. To the point where my attorney.
What does that mean though? They didn't clear what does that mean? They didn't clear the account? Does that mean they didn't verify that the money was going to be there? Or
didn't they release the funds to you guys or the customer?
the bank basically, when you're doing real estate, you're using certified funds. So these funds, it was $1.6 million, were all certified.
Yeah.
And the bank should turn those certified funds in 2 days. They're saying because of their local policy, they're not going to turn around the funds for 15 days, which is a problem because we just closed. And now the funds aren't available for 15 days. And it's a local policy. But and here's the thing, the funds are there. They're in an escrow account.
Yeah.
But you can't draw on them for 15 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up now contacting the Attorney General, and we're trying to get a law changed because of it. So slightly a big deal, but not anything. I'm like, dude, this is not my lane. I was like, I don't even want to touch this.
Yeah.
I was like, just let me know when it's done.
Yeah.
Is the property that...
I think it's important. Sorry, what?
Is the property that the customer was buying in the same area that that bank was at?
Yeah, same area. This goes.
Okay, so that's where that local policy came in.
Yeah.
Approves it differently than this local level. And they're fighting the local level to say what you're doing is nonsense because the FDIC doesn't agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
that's
shouldn't the FDIC supersede the local policy though?
That's the thing. Local would actually trump federal.
Really? Oh, I guess that kind of makes sense.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing from federal to state.
You can't go below federal standards.
Yep.
But you can go above them. So if there's a federal standard, you can't go anything lower. But a local person can be way more of a pain than the federal level.
I see. So this is where the issues are coming in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucking local banks.
I mean, the guys.
Just kidding. I love you.
They're kind of a pain in the ass. Like, you don't want an attorney general to knock on your door in any capacity.
I'd say that'd be a bad deal all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, not a good bell to ring. But I'm just like, and I think it's important to know like what lane is your lane.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole. I was like, I understand this is not my avenue. I was like, I'm going to let the attorneys kind of draw this out. But I'm not gonna dig too deep into it because it's not anything that was on me. It was just a closing mishap.
Mm.
No, it's not anything that anyone would have known. It was a local policy that no one knew. So
does that mean now that you're gonna
keep everybody calm?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Just go ahead. I'll bring it back up.
Cole likes interrupting you, and you like interrupting Cole. You both fucking like talking.
Well, what he's talking about is making my brain like go crazy. Like I'm thinking about all these different things that I have no idea or clue about. It's just what I'm thinking about.
Yeah. Go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah. It's just a different. I think it's just important to just remember in that situation when all hell is breaking loose. And you see kind of like fire going everywhere, it's important to just stay calm.
Yep.
It's important to just make sure everyone understands, yes, this is what happened, but this is the like, see the solution. Like, what is the solution?
That was part of the podcast that I listened to. At the end of the day,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a bad situation, but you're not going to make a bad situation any better by bringing in your fear or, your like, negative thought or anything like that. So,
exactly. Yeah. So it's
been interesting.
Does this mean now for let's say your next customer or client?
This kind of situation comes up again. What's your move? Do you fucking go forward with this client?
So let's say even before that, like you're getting to know them. Is this something that you guys are gonna have to check into now, where their funds are coming from, if they have some sort of policy? Or is it something that you'll just kind of hand off to like an attorney again? If
the AG can't fix this local
law
or whatever the fuck it is.
So for the next time, I mean, I would know to at least talk to the bank on their policy. But this was also like $1.6 million that had to clear. So it was the size of the funds. If it was a lower amount, it would have probably cleared. But because it was $1.6 million,
if it would have been like $300,000 or $400,000, it would have been fine, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
if it was a lower amount, it would have been fine. So this is a pretty unusual thing to have happened. But I would say for the next time that the closing should not have been scheduled until the funds were cleared into the account for sure.
True.
And that's what I would have done going forward. And everyone agreed that that's what should have happened. But unfortunately, like, we all do a lot of work and we all do a lot of real estate, and no one expected that.
Yeah.
Like, everyone had expected it to clear in 2 days because that's the normal. So for it to have not cleared for 15 days, I get it, because, you know, everyone in this group has done hundreds and hundreds of deals. So it's not like anyone in here is new. We're all experienced, but again, it was the bank mixed with the amount of money.
Yeah.
So that was it. And granted, it could have happened to anybody. It could have been any bank, but it was just an issue that came up. And I think a lot of times, like, you just have to shift fire. You just have to, like, granted, problem happened, shift fire, and figure it out from there. But
AKA pivot point.
A lot of times, like, they were trying to like kick the clients out of the house and stuff like that. I was like, that's not going to happen. But you know, it was just one of those things, because, like, when people don't understand the transaction, when the deed is transferred at the closing table, that's basically, that is the closing.
Yeah.
When title is delivered, it's a offer and acceptance. That happened, regardless of the outcome or regardless of the closing mishap. Now, those funds were in escrow, so they had every right to have closed it, but the bank didn't allow anyone to draw on them. So that's the big issue.
Yeah.
And granted, my client's really kind of hurting the most, because they're not getting 1.6 million versus the person who's waiting for, I don't know, 300,000. I was like, in hindsight, I was like, you're not really missing that much. I was like, the client's missing 1.6. So a little bit of math there.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my interesting week, plus food poisoning and foreclosing. So
hell yeah, dude.
Busy.
Yeah, but you're still
Those
getting
are my day-to-days.
Still getting shit done though, and you're also still drinking. What is that? Is that a Pinot Noir?
Basically, it's a black coffee.
Okay.
Because I'm the godfather on it.
There you go. Hell yeah. So
yeah, I'm like a caffeine addict for the most part.
Fucking rally. Closing thoughts, guys. What are we at for time for this?
Doesn't give me a time here.
Well, I know
we're at a bar 1572. So,
well, we started at, I think, 11:35, so it's at least been close to an hour.
Yeah,
at least 45 minutes. Yep. Closing thoughts, Cole.
So my closing thoughts for today were: get out there and even if you guys are not really a talker, find someone that you can talk to. Just sit down, have a good conversation. Talk exactly like what we did today. Like, recap on your week. Tell them how you felt, business or personal or both, whatever you want to do. Just get out there and kind of just talk with everyone and see what's going on in everyone else's life. Just because, once you kind of get some stuff off your chest or just talk about it, it helps out a lot. Mm-hmm. And then, like what we say, if we're giving value, we want to be able to help other people. With you being able to listen to someone else, you'll be able to help them out a little bit. It might not be monetarily or, tangible, but they'll be able to feel something. So that's kind of my closing thoughts today. And fucking stay free and stay strong.
Hell yeah. Mr. Angelo, what do you got?
I'm just going to say that adversity is going to come, and through adversity, figure out the solutions and get it done.
Hell yeah. Short and simple.
Love it.
And guys, with that, I'll close the closings. I'm the closer.
He's the closer.
I'm the closer. Granted.
/ cleaner.
I'll make sure it's fucking spotless. Guys, it's really simple. At the end of the day, whether or not you're proud of what you did is 100% guaranteed off of how much work you did, and if you can be proud about it. Did I say the same thing twice? No. Okay, my brain
that's his brain.
My brain totally lapsed right there. Deja vu. With that, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sticking with us to the 4th episode, even though we didn't have the 3rd one posted. Hopefully we'll figure that out. If not, fuck it. We're just going to keep on pushing them.
Yes, sir.
I really did not want to fucking do this, but I'm happy that we got it together and did this much. Just because it's important, and once you start something, it's important to see it through, even if it is a fucking flaming dumpster fire.
Sometimes those are the best.
Sometimes those are the best kind of shits.
It's kind of like a train wreck. You just can't stop watching.
Yeah, I can't stop looking at it. You're like, God damn! Oh shit! Another one. But with that, guys, thank you for listening. Catch you on the next one. Give us a follow. Give us a share. Fucking comment something. Or just watch. We appreciate
even if it just says "fuck you."
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'll take a fuck you.
Yeah, I'll take a fuck you.
But go out there, do something, get some mental sweat going, get some physical sweat going, and we'll catch you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.